Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Where this is meeting number 21. We're discussing growth hacking, Woodblock updates, and some information on our search for a director of marketing. Please subscribe to our channel. We'll post any links that we have in the description below. And before I forget, thank you to Karma Birdhouse for sponsoring our conference space. And here's over to Rob.
Well, good morning. I think, Daniel, you might want to make sure we're reading Agenda 20 versus Team Meeting 20 versus Team Meeting 21.
Oh, are we in Team Meeting 2020 now? Okay.
20, yes. 21 is next week. But we can preview. One of our members of the board of directors sent us a wonderful PDF on a guide to growth hacking, because right now what our big issue is of course growth and recruiting more faculty, building programs, and also starting the whole student recruitment process. So we're going to be going through the guide and talking about it, and also seeing what we can implement, the three of us, as we move to hire on and join the fellowship of Oplerno. The rest of us hobbits join them, get a marketer or a community organizer to help generate and take us to the next level. So
I want to add to that. We have on Wednesday. I'm not sure the time is exactly set, but on Wednesday we have an introduction to marketing your course, the way we are marketing your course currently, and the way you can help us to market your own course. We'll be covering that on the surface, not very in depth, of course. We don't have a lot of information on what the best methods are for you to do it, but everything that we do know the methods of, we'll be sharing with you. So.
Yeah, as we really ramp up that piece, it's important to keep in mind, to remember that my background is fundamentally in teaching and doing admissions and academic work, but not marketing. And while Daniel's got marketing expertise, and so does Dan Kirk, we are right now very busy with other particular things. We really need to make that more of a focus, and so which is why we're bringing on some expertise to do that. Let's just talk a little bit about office hours. Our office hours this week, so people, if they would like, can sign up. Mine are Tuesdays, correct? Tuesday mornings?
And I think Thursday. Actually.
Okay, okay, let's just double check that. Thursday mornings, I think at 9 o'clock, 9 to 11. Or at least that's what I have on my calendar.
It's on the site.
It's all on the site? So Dan,
yeah, it's on the contact page on our website, support page. Best way to deal with it is via email. You can use the form on the contact page to set up an appointment. You can always call, or we're also setting up a Skype account. Somebody has taken the name Oplerno on Skype, so we are trying to figure out a name that fits, and will be available by Skype on those hours as well. It'll probably be something like Oplerno Education or Oplerno Support, but we will have that up, and we'll post it on those, both, again, the contact and support sites when we have it.
And if you're a hardcore techie, or you've been on internet forever, then you can find us on IRC as well. We're on Freenode, in the channel Oplerno. So that's hashtag Oplerno. You can find us there practically all the time.
And another an excellent thing that I think it was, which one of you guys added the Comparize site?
Me.
Was that And Daniel, let me just pull it up, or give the web. Actually, the web address Daniel will put on the bottom of the screen right now when we post this. Conferize is a website which has all the information also about Woodblock and who's coming and who's attending. It's been great to see an increase in that, in the attendance and the people who are participating. So it's 2 weeks before the conference. I'm getting a little nervous on all the stuff that needs to get done, but we'll have an interesting conference, and Dr. Sadler is going to be coming up to Burlington and staying with me for a week, which will be pretty funny, because we had a great time on a Skype meeting a few weeks ago, and yeah, it'll be good to see everybody then. So yeah, check out the Conferize website and also the Woodblock site, which is located on the the Oplerno.com on the main page. So in terms of, we'll just skip the Director of Marketing update and talk about the Woodblock update. So in terms of this week, we've got the finalizing of some of my presentations that I'm doing. And also, I'm trying to contact all of the different teams that we know about that are working on degree programs to make sure that they are that there's going to be at some period of time representation, whether it's in person or on the web, and also contacting the conference speakers and setting up with Dr. Sadler a list of sort of foundational questions. So it's going to be a pretty interesting, it's going to be definitely an interesting 4 days with a lot of work done. I'm having some success in terms of recruiting students to participate in the discussion of the general studies requirements. And that's going okay, but if you know of anybody out there who is interested, we would love to have more student input into what's going on with the Oplerno. So, do you guys have anything you want to add about Woodblock? Because I know you all have been working diligently too.
No, I've for our Woodblock Facebook page, I've been putting in Easter eggs. So so if you visit it, I'll put the URL in the comments below. You'll every day you'll find that it changes interesting ways. There are interesting things being posted. So absolutely go and visit it and go and see what kind of secrets that Woodblock will reveal for you.
Anything for you? Easter eggs, so little gifts that you get when you download stuff.
No. There's some interesting things that are happening on the page. I mean, besides from everything that we post, of course, and all the interesting news that we post, the pages also contain some interesting things which are happening there. So, but have a look, see if you can find all the interesting things that are happening. It's secrets.
Yeah, you're scaring me slightly, but that's a good thing.
Be afraid. Right. Be very afraid.
So, Dan, what about anything going on in terms of Woodblock on your front? But because I know you've also been concentrating on some other projects.
Nope, we've had a couple more participants sign up this week, come through the email. I imagine we're going to want to contact everyone so far who's been signing up and just kind of give you an update and a check-in. But no, the interest is consistent and steady. So if you're considering or hemming and hawing, you should jump in because we're close to our critical mass. That's going to make this thing a really successful event.
One thing, maybe we'll just do a little social media, a little interesting social media update. I've been updating our AngelList profile. For those of you who don't know, AngelList.co Angel.co is a company out of San Francisco / Palo Alto that does some really innovative things with startups and startup funding, and also recruitment of candidates. So it's a great website. we've gotten an explosion of profile views over the last week. Now 271 profile views just in 7 days, and a ton of interested candidates out of the ones that I've sent invitations to, which are about 7. These are candidates for the Director of Marketing and Community. I've been in contact with about 5. So it's a really interesting way. We were very lucky. We got Daniel through an AngelList group listing. So everybody kind of check out that website and start following us. That's not going to be updated as much as the others, but it's a great way to sort of see how different funding mechanisms happen and just all kinds of different. It's a great way to get talent for your startup or for your company. All right. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about. So do you guys have any updates in terms of social media that you want to talk about?
No, there's one which I'll also cover later this week. Some of the faculty members who now are getting their courses online, we're creating a strategy with them and trying to post in as many places as we can, or at least get good coverage for them. And I've also been found a great spreadsheet which contains far more data than we could have ever collected on places that we can post things and places where we can put education and other news that we have, or other PR that we have. So I'm very excited about that. So.
Dan, anything that you want to report?
Not on social media. Nope.
Okay. In terms of questions that we've gotten from faculty, I have a couple here that we can just quickly deal with. One is the notion of I'm curious about the significance of articulation agreements. What are they exactly? Is one required for another university to accept credit for a class taken via Oplerno, or does it connote a closer tie between Oplerno and co-signing institutions? I ask because while I'm interested in helping you develop a degree program, I recognize that I am most likely to make my living in the near term by getting people to take my courses for transfer credit. Thank you. I did not get permission of the professor of the faculty member to mention their name, so I won't. So what's an articulation agreement? Articulation agreements are signed kind of contracts, memorandums of understanding between one educational institution and another that says that they're going to accept each other's transfer credits. Now, that is not needed for Oplerno credits to be accepted at another institution. You don't need to sign an articulation agreement before that happens. It just kind of it's sort of a way for both institutions to formalize the process if it's necessary. It's also potentially, like, let's say Oplerno wanted to sign some agreements with other institutions to deal with, we had a lot of people taking courses in engineering, and an engineering institution wanted to sign an articulation agreement with us to have potential, access to our students so they could enter their degree programs. An articulation agreement would be something that would outline the process whereby a student would be admitted into both institutions. So it's just kind of a way to say an agreement between two places. I think that, for the next probably 6 months, well, let me back up. It's really difficult to tell right now at this stage about how many people are going to be taking our courses for transfer credit. Right now, it's going to be 100%. But as we develop those degree programs, it's going to be interesting to see whether or not that number shifts. So I really don't have a clear way to define that right now. So I would say that, I think it's probably right now. You're absolutely correct in saying that near term, people are going to be using the transfer credits, but long term, I think it's probably going to be split much more evenly between our degree programs and other institutions doing transfer credit. Any other questions that you guys received over the course of the week that you might want to mention here?
Man, I get so many, but I don't think any of them are, broad.
Okay. One thing for Daniel, can you talk again so that we reiterate to the faculty about the new way to sign in terms of their old accounts and our conversions?
Yes, of course. We have, for the faculty members, we already have created an account for you. You can sign in, or to sign in, all you need to do is to reset your password and create a new password for yourself. Then you can sign into your account and immediately edit the courses, because the courses are linked to your account.
Sorry for the gestures I was talking. Come here, Josh. Come here, Josh, man. So this is Josh Decatur, who works in our building.
Who am I talking to?
You're talking to you're talking to roughly 2 million people who are signed into the meeting. No, just kidding, man. It's our Monday faculty team meeting with everybody.
How long are you?
20 minutes. Why? Do you have this signed up?
Yeah, we did, but it's okay.
I can move. When do you need it?
Probably.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right. Let's talk about the. Did we touch base on the director of marketing?
Just briefly to say that we were looking for one.
Yeah, I don't want to talk. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, one reason I put this in here is because in one of the discussions I had, there was a very important point mentioned, which I thought we should mention as well. Is that we're currently investigating, or the person I spoke to mentioned that in some developing countries in South America, Central America, or in Asia, they might have issues with bandwidth, and that we have to ensure that our users in countries such as that are able to actually access our video without going over the bandwidth. That it's accessible for mobile phones, of course, and we cover a lot of that by using Canvas, which is fantastic. But that we need to ensure that it also covers the amount of data that people use. So I've been sending out some emails to faculty members and people who are in say developing countries or in Asia and South America, and to ask their personal opinion and to combine that with data that we get of the adoption rate there.
Great. I don't want to say too much about the director of marketing, other than we're looking for someone with some really good, quantitative skills, management skills, but also who's going to be a community builder. Basically, because these things get tricky, you can go online to AngelList and see our the listing for that post for that job, and we'll also place it on our website under the jobs category. Okay. I don't have anything else that I really want to go over, but you guys might. So what would you like to tell everybody in terms of things that we're up to and what we're doing?
Dan?
I guess I could just chime out there that we are examining our faculty operations, I guess, the flow that brings you from a applicant, I guess, to a full-blown instructor with us. We do have issues with completing courses. We have over 120 proposed, and they are trickling in as completed. Maybe we're at around 10 or 12 at that phase, but we are experiencing sort of not so much an intense interest up front, but definitely an engaged interest out of the gate from folks, and then it's sort of a waiting game or a battle with other commitments, or other teaching positions or family or whatever it is. So we'll be working over the next few weeks, or basically as quickly as we can physically do it, to get in touch with everyone whose course has been proposed and is at least in Canvas and approved to be built, just to check in and kind of get a feel for where you are, where the drop-offs might be, where your roadblocks are, what you need from us, or what you need, to make for yourself as far as time and space to be able to create a course, because we know, some folks can it takes time. It takes time to create a course to teach to college students and to the level that will be required for it to be a successful course. So, we don't get millions of hits on these videos, but we do definitely have an engaged core who checks this out every week, or at least checks in from time to time. Just want to kind of let you know to keep an eye out for emails and phone calls from us, or at least from me. Just trying to have that conversation, since we're still at a size where it's possible. So we're going to do that to sort of get a read on where everyone is. So yeah, that's our operations and faculty support status update.
Yeah, and I have one thing. We've got recently a question from a faculty member on Facebook asking where's the best place that we can get information from Oplerno. And I listed it there, but I want to reiterate it here. That primarily all the most important things, you get them in your email, and anything that's posted on Facebook, and it's also posted on Facebook. Sometimes it's slightly more, and sometimes it's slightly less detail. And we have accounts on most social media, so it depends on whatever you would like to follow. Whether you like to follow, but you have everything. You get everything in your Oplerno email address. To your Oplerno email address as a faculty member, and as a student, you get it on the mailing list, of course. Yeah. So join the forums in Instructure or on Canvas. They're getting quite interesting, and interesting things are being posted there as well, and interesting questions as well. So please, thank you.
Yeah, we really appreciate any feedback that faculty, students, or interested parties can give us. It's really, really important as we try to develop this institution and make it serve so it serves the best interests of people. And we can only make that happen if you guys let us know what's working well and what isn't working. So yeah, keep that feedback coming. Okay, we'll have another update next Monday, but remember, you can always reach us at questions@oplerno.com, at Twitter, Facebook, Google+. You can always send out a question if you're a faculty member in Canvas. There's a ton of different ways to get in touch with us, and we'll let you know what's going on this week, what we've done next Monday. So tune in, and you can see the open section of our meeting. Okay, well, thank you very much for coming, and I think we'll sign off for the open meeting, and we'll head to the closed.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Adios.